How's it going, guys? Today I got something a bit special for you. I got to play Tokyo Mirage Sessions at Pax East in Boston this year, and wow, was it not what I expected at all. So I got hands-on gameplay of the North American translation, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed it a whole lot. Now, I'm not going to be commentating this entire video like the live footage, but I'm going to share my thoughts on the gameplay. And speaking of, we should probably get to that, huh? So the first thing I want to say about this game is this is incredibly early on, and naturally, an RPG, you can't really get a good grasp. I kept trying to slash the enemy because I thought it was, I had to keep hitting him to initiate the battle and get the preemptive attack, but no, it's not really like SMT4. Like, you hit him once and you're good, but yeah, this is very early on into the game. I believe the representative said about 15 minutes in, if you skip all the cutscenes, and yeah, I really did enjoy this. You're gonna notice I do skip a lot of the information. She was like, have you played any Atlus games before? And I was just like, a few. So I thought I'd be fine, but yeah, everyone else online could not get past like the second fight in this thing that you're gonna see later on. I was kind of happy I did. It took me a couple tries, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, it is definitely an Atlus game. If you're an Atlus fan, you will love this. I'm pretty confident. I mean, just based on what I was playing, the game feel, it's all there. Like, it's really great. Sure, you don't really scan the enemy. Everything is prematurely scanned as far as I could tell. There were some, like, question marks for certain enemies, but for the most part, enemies' weaknesses are telegraphed. Not sure if that's going to be any more in-depth, but it honestly did remind me a whole lot of, not necessarily a Shin Megami Tensei game, as in the main line, 1, 2, 3, 4, if. It reminded me a lot of Digital Devil Saga, and on this screen we see a little bit of our stats. Never thought Chrom would be a Zeo user, but hey, it's cool. I was thinking more fire, but that's what our other companion is for, but wow, the game was actually a whole lot of fun. Unfortunately, I could not capture any direct audio, as we just couldn't do that. So I didn't hear any of the Japanese voice acting, which might be a plus for some, it might be a minus. Personally, I enjoyed it the way it was. It's just the English dialogue, but or just the English text. But yeah, the game feels a whole lot like Digital Devil Saga. If you've ever played that game, I loved it to death. For the PS2, you basically have your three, party members. I'm not sure if you can switch between them or not, but yeah, the combat's similar to that. Also, the puzzles are pretty cool. I'm getting yet again a very big Digital Devil Saga feel from this, because you do puzzles like that. Also, a lot of Atlus named items are back. As far as I can tell, almost everything is Atlus named. As far as like your items, most of your equipment is either taken from Fire Emblem. Like, there's like a Killing Edge, as far as I know, based on my friend in Japan. But outside of that, though, it's all Atlus. Like, it really is. The enemy types are pretty much archetypes from past Atlus games, like, or not Atlus games, but Fire Emblem games. She said there was the Myrmidon, the representative. And here I fought Samantha. Now, I'm not the best at knowing Fire Emblem games. I'm not sure if there's anyone in the in the game's named Samantha, but here we're seeing a very special attack with Chrom because we filled up the meter. The meter was pre-filled up before we entered the dungeon, and the rep was saying you should probably use it on the Savage battle, which is what we're doing right now. This took me by surprise. So first up, our second character, or third character in the position of our party, is weak to ice, and unlike Digital Devil Saga, usually in that game, if you knew what you were doing, you would cover your weaknesses. There's a whole, like, grid system in that game, and you'd cover your weaknesses as quickly as possible. But it seems in this game that the stat allocation for your party member are very similar to their classes. So, for instance, our main character is a Lord, and our buddy who just bit the dust there is a Cavalier. And naturally, Cavaliers don't have the best resistances unless you're a Paladin, and he kind of just bit the dust really quickly. So I'm just gonna let you guys know, straight off the bat, I understand this is a demo, and I really didn't have to do the first battle or whatever. This was tough. This actually took me some time to strategize. I was trying to get through as much as I could, but I was like, It actually made me think for once. in a role-playing game. Because this battle, it's pretty difficult. But you're seeing there our Pegasus Knight girl, who I do not know the name of currently because it's very Japanese. She just got hit by a magic attack. However, she took very little damage while our Cavalier friend took almost double. That is because Pegasus Knights have always had really high resistances, and that's taken into consideration with this game, which I like. I like how they're fitting the class system from past Fire Emblem games into the game, making like each character feel a little bit unique. At least at this stage of the game, it was nice to get that, but yeah, I rezzed my friend there, and he instantly got one shot. That was fantastic, I gotta say. Yeah, this was not looking too good. Unfortunately, the lady was saying, like, oh, you got really unlucky, and I was like, I guess so. But yeah, trying to use some of my healing items, but honestly, like, I'm digging the game. The combat is a little bit slow. There is an auto battle feature, but it's just, you basically just use your normal attacks. There is no way to, like, you know, auto pinpoint if you play Shin Megami Tensei 4. But that's fine. I wasn't expecting it I was not expecting, like, too much, but so far, the localization, as far as I can tell, I see there's a little bit of controversy going on. It seems fine based on, like, you know, just this alone. I know there was not a lot of dialogue going on, but I did read it after, you know, I extracted it from my camera. And it all seemed perfectly fine. Also, we got a game over, so we had to reboot the game from the last save. And yeah, I just decided to skip the cutscenes for the sake of time. There was a really big line to play this game, and I wanted to make sure everyone got a chance to try it out, you know. I want to be courteous, and I totally whiffed the battle there. It's a very different timing than Persona and SMT4, which is not bad, you know. It's trying to be its own thing. Man, these enemies' designs, they're different, that's for sure. But overall, I thought the game, it felt polished. Like, I can tell that it had the Atlus treatment when they worked on this, and honestly, I'm hoping for more collaborations between Atlus and Nintendo. I'd really, really enjoy that, as you know. And this sounds messed up, but when a character dies and you see the facial expressions of the next character in line, it's just so funny. Their eyes get so wide. But yeah, I'm doing the first battle over again. I couldn't really hear the music at this stage, so I know the battle theme and probably all that music is available if you play the Japanese version, but just based on visuals alone and the combat system, it seems surprisingly in-depth. Sure, there's a lot of weaknesses and strengths, like the weapon triangle is incorporated into the game along with the magic weaknesses of SMT games. I'm not sure, though, if there's Hama. I know there's Zon, you know, Zio, Aggie, Bufu. Not sure on instant death if that's going to be in the game or not. I prefer if it was, since that is a big part of why I love SMT so much. But yeah, just going back up this thing, I felt I really wanted to film more, but you know, there was other people waiting in line. I did get to the end of this and say, oh, you know, I've got enough footage, and in reality, I kind of just wanted to get back in line. But yeah, activating this puzzle again. I was kind of curious, though, what would happen if I used the left one and tried that out. Maybe a chest or something. But getting back to the Savage battle, I just really want to talk about what makes this game unique to me. And yeah, I don't want to actually... She was like, oh, don't fight him, just go for this guy. The rep at the thing was actually pretty cool. I was saying how I'll get into the battle and then show you. The turn order, and oh man, we got ambushed actually, so that sucked. But the turn order was very akin to Final Fantasy X. She was like, oh, I love that game, and I was like, you know, that's kind of cool. Obviously, it's not identical in the sense that a fast character can get 2 turns, while a very slow character can get more, but it reminded me of that. So we're going for a special attack again. We're going to get the Session, which is basically like a follow-up. I don't know if you've noticed it while playing, but basically, when you're looking at your other party members, I'll try and show it, but a session can occur. When that happens, your teammates actually just help out with the damage a bit, so... No, I was about to say, oh, well, maybe he'll get an attack in, but no, yet again, one shot. But for pretty much the remainder of the battle, it was pretty obvious that I should just focus on healing the Lord. Except for when I try to revive him. Yeah, the Flux spell really hurt my, this guy. I don't know his name, but he was weak to both Flux and Bufu, so no way he's surviving. So I was like, crap, I really gotta think, you know, this is a dire scenario, and I wanted to keep him alive, but he was just getting focused down so much. Like, these are level 11 monsters, so I had to strategize a bit. So I just said, I'm only going to use 2 characters. 3 characters, it would be nice, but at this state, he just has really low resistance, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out. But basically, just let my Lord tank a little bit of damage, and then I keep wanting to call her Sumia. She just rezzed everybody, used all the healing items. I'm really happy, though, that they did get the items, at least, from SMT. We're going to go into that right now. If you played SMT before, you recognize all these items, and I was like, oh, crud, what do I want to do? Which one be smarter? He has fire, but he also really is weak. So I just go ahead and, res the Lord, because that makes the most sense. To me, at least, Crumb's Mirage user and all that stuff. But, yeah. Get really lucky here. Almost get KO'd. And then, I want to call her Sumia, but that's not her name. Nor her Mirage. Dodges the attack, thank goodness. But, yeah, interestingly enough, HP is not sacrificed when using physical attacks. It's sort of like an MP system, very similar to SMT4. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I would have preferred if it was an HP percentage sacrifice to use physical moves. But at the end of the day, I'm sure there's some reason they didn't go for that. But, yeah, I gotta say, though, the arenas that we fight in, I was a bit skeptical because I didn't really understand the whole Mirage world or whatever theme going on. But it's very vibrant, very lively. It really makes you feel like you're at a concert or something with all the lasers going around and stuff. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, it's hard to put into words, but it is a very captivating game for one reason or another. I'm not sure if it's the art style, which, I mean, I'll show the menus off towards the end of this, and I got really lucky, just barely hung in there. And luckily, he can still go for his attack because he does not have any, he doesn't need to sacrifice HP to use his attack, and yeah, we got the session dealing a bit more damage. So now I'm thinking, alright, what item do I go for? I need my Lord healed up, but, yeah, I guess, it would be nice if we got everyone all rezzed up, but that's asking for a little bit much. I probably should have gone for the reviving items once we were down to one large enemy, but I didn't think of that at the time. Obviously, I'm on the fly. I'm trying to, just get footage for you guys and all that stuff. But the session gameplay, it basically does reward you for understanding enemy weaknesses and covering your own, just like in standard SMT games, but a little bit differently. Sure, you do more damage, but you also can get the sessions going and get a combo, and that increases your damage. It's unfortunate the enemy does not have a similar advantage. I really like balance from the Atlus games, and I'm not sure if there is or they balance that necessarily, but yeah, since everyone stopped off, I'm just going for, an attack with her. But all around, my experience was incredibly high. I wish I could show you guys more footage, but sadly, they were about to close the convention hall, so I could only get so much. But yeah, that was the second battle. Really, really happy with how the game is turning out. I like its style. It's really cool. I'm not sure on how it's going to progress. I was hoping there'd be a couple more darker themes, but yeah, if you want to pause, you can see the stats of each character. Interesting on the luck stat. That's very, I'm interested that they included that. But yeah, that was Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Definitely enjoyed it, but I was like, okay, well, we'll gotta go. Almost time running out. Highly recommend it. And yeah, I guess when it comes out in North America, I'll be giving it a further look at. And here I was just checking out some of the items and stuff and, checking out that awesome pause screen. But yes, that is all the time I have for today. These were just my initial thoughts once I had some gameplay time with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Obviously, they're subjected to change, but right now, it's looking pretty good. It really is. I'm seeing a lot of things I do like from Atlus games, and it definitely does feel a tiny bit similar to how the Devil Survivor team does create their game. So yeah, I'm really pumped for it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I heard that this game was going to be a PAX, and I was like, alright, I'm going there. Second, because, well, I really want to see Monster Hunter, and if you guys want to see some more footage from PAX East, I did film some Monster Hunter Generations footage. Might be throwing that up, only if you guys want to see it, of course. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next one.